Galimera, Galimera, Galimera. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I do apologise for a bit of a late start this morning, but I've had to rewrite the news because there's been things going on overnight and I had to rework the news this morning. So I do apologise for my little late coming online. I did get a call from Cyprus. I think it was Wiggy trying to find out, where are you, Ginge? Why ain't you on air yet? And that's the reason why. I tried to call you back, Wiggy, but for some reason you didn't pick up. But anyway, here we are for this morning, Sunday. Right, the weather today is a little bit more windy. It is very, very cloudy. Yesterday had absolutely glorious weather yesterday. I even sat out in my pants yesterday and was tanning on our back balcony yesterday afternoon, and it was absolutely glorious. Now I'm looking at it today. It seems to be going a little bit weird, so I'll be looking forward to see what Amanda Gregory's weather forecast will be this morning if she's tuned in at the moment. But that's the view looking down towards Amber Lockerbie and also to Kerry. We got very, very low cloud over the hills, literally covering the tops of the hills. And we've not seen that in quite a while. Normally we have a bit of mist, but not cloud that low. So anyway, we'll see what happens there. Looking round to the front of the other side of the house, looking down towards Kalamaki and Lagana as the crow flies straight through. The sun is out. There's a little kiddie from next door playing. Hello there. How are you? Are you good? Yeah. He's having a good bit of fun. There you go. Cycling down the hill there. There you go. Yeah, and the sun is shining. The sky is blue. The oranges are out, and we're not blue. There you go. Bit of poetry for you this morning. But again, lovely, lovely morning this morning, and it is looking glorious on this side, but not too hot on the other side. And the kids are getting their exercise there around the extremes of the house, which is cute. We're looking over towards Sillavi direction. Yeah, that's not looking too hot either. A bit of cloud up there and a little bit of dullness. No doubt I will get a message from somebody in Sillavi. Hi, how are you? You going to say hello? Going to give people a wave? There you go. Is your dad still playing the trumpet? Yeah. Do you like the trumpet? Oh, bless. Are you having a good time? You're good? That's great. There you go. Proves it all live. There you go. So, yeah, their dad's the one who plays the trumpet every day. He's getting very, very good at the moment, I've got to be honest. Bless him. Oh, we've got somebody from Kefalonia looking in at the moment. You have more blue sky than we have in Kefalonia. Thank you for that, Jean. Nice to hear. I'll send your regards to Jane as well. Nice to have you looking in. Tracy Mitchell's also looking as well. Lindsay Lamb is also watching as well. Right. Let's crack on with the news. There has a lot been going on within the last 24 hours. Just to remind you, if you can believe it, it is now 7th of February. It is also Sunday, and it is, by my reckoning, and also by Hilary Rogers, about day 93 of the lockdown. So I better just turn my camera around so you can see my lovely face. Big shout out to Paul Green. He says it's sunny here in Sillavi, but it's also got a cold wind. Well, I must admit on it, I'm not feeling cold at the moment, although there is a bit of a blustery breeze. But anyway, let's get down to the stats for today here across Greece. Right, now, COVID in the last 24 hours. At the moment, the rate of new infections is slightly down from yesterday. Yesterday I reported 1,195. Today I'm reporting to you 1,113. So that's a good move in the right direction. Now there's been 12 cases been identified after checks into the country. Unfortunately, that is up from 2 of yesterday. Now, when it comes to actual infections, at the moment, the national figures are saying this. There's been no new infections in Kefalonia. However, Corfu has had 1 new case. Now, the national figures are saying at the moment that we've had 4 new positive cases here in Zakynthos, although going through the local press, we're thinking it's about 5 at the moment. Obviously, the national stats haven't been playing catch up, all right, at the moment. Anyway, these are what's been happening here in the regards of cases. Anyway, another positive case was yesterday announced late last night. from the Zakynthos General Hospital. 34-year-old man had gone to the hospital with mild symptoms and tested positive, according to the information that we managed to get this morning. And he has been confirmed, and he's now been sent home for home quarantine for 14 days. Also, Friday late at night, a 34-year-old kindergarten teacher was diagnosed positive for coronavirus, and a contact case from that has been confirmed. Anyway, the Deputy Mayor of Zakynthos and Head of Education, Nikita Spino, confirmed that on Monday, the second municipal kindergarten school will be closed, all right, and that will be closed for 14 days because of the infection from the 34-year-old kindergarten teacher. Now, the kindergarten was disinfected by the employees of the municipality, and her contacts have been traced. Anyway, it's interesting now that we've had 2 students from the 6th primary school who've also been diagnosed positive for coronavirus. Anyway, the 2 children were both brothers, and students of the 5th and 6th grade. That is the grade within the school, and their contacts have been confirmed. Now, the 2 classes, just the 2 classes from that school, will remain closed, while there is still a possibility that the school is considering closing completely. So at the moment, nothing has been said. And again, just to remind you that this is, what type of school did I say it was? This is a primary school at the moment. And I know I reported yesterday that there were people asking for primary schools to be closed across Zakynthos from obviously worried parents. But at the moment, nothing has been confirmed as to whether all primary schools will close. But this primary school is only closing its classrooms, whereas the other kindergarten is closing completely. All right. Anyway, finally, those 2 children were quarantined at home together with their younger brother, who was diagnosed positive just a few days ago, and he went to a private kindergarten. So again, closed down there for them. So again, as I've said before, sometimes our stats are not keeping up with the national stats. I'm sure Jean is going to probably be putting in comments somewhere where she lives in Kefalonia that probably they've had more cases than what have been reported, keeping up with the national statistics at the moment. But anyway, so at the moment, the national statistics sound like this. Zakynthos has had 68 positive cases since the beginning of the year. And since the beginning of February, Zakynthos has had 32 cases for this month, all right, already. And we're only into day, what day are we? Day 7 of the month, all right. Now, going back to national statistics again, I'm afraid the death rate is up again, I'm afraid. Yesterday I reported to you that they had 19 cases of deaths across Greece. Unfortunately, today's stats are showing there's been 29 cases of deaths across Greece. The average age of those people is 79 years of age, bringing the total of deaths since the pandemic started to 5,951. Most of those people were over the age of 79, and 95% of those had underlying health conditions or problems or were over the age of 70. And interestingly, Jean might be curious about this, the average death rate for Greece daily in 2019 was 329 deaths, a day in Greece in 2019, long before COVID infection and virus and all of that. So that was in the old days, all right, if you want to look at it like that. Now, mostly it's been males that have been victim to the virus, 3,485 to 2,437 females. Now, when it comes to critical cases, again, unfortunately, critical cases are up. At the moment, we have 249 critical cases in hospitals across Greece, whereas the day before I'd reported we had 246, of which 185 are male, 64 are female. Now, the average age of critical patients is 68 years of age. 86% of those have underlying health issues or are over the age of 70. Now, the breaking news this morning, and this is, again, kind of goes in line with what's been going on in the UK. One rule for one lot of people and another rule for another lot of people. Anyway, a Greek citizen, this is breaking news this morning, has denounced the Greek Prime Minister Mitsotakis for having attended a gathering with some 30 people amid the strict lockdown measures and the pandemic. Now, this lunch took place yesterday afternoon, just hours after the tightening of lockdown measures and the curfew that was placed on in that region of the country at 6 p.m. In the areas of Attica. Also, as well, you've got to remember we've also had a 6 p.m. curfew as well. Anyway, the denouncement was made by a resident of Ikiri, who actually lives opposite the house of a local MP of New Democracy, who hosted the event in honour of the Prime Minister. Almost called him President there, in honour of the Prime Minister. Yeah, the woman posted on her Facebook page accompanying pictures, writing, "The Prime Minister and his entourage are eating on the veranda of the house of the MP from Samos. One cannot clearly recognise faces. However, it is clear that the participants neither wear masks nor do they keep their distance to keep protection and lockdown prescribed of 2 meters, while it is clear it is not a large family gathering." However, by 9 p.m. yesterday night, the Prime Minister's office had not dismissed the claim, all right? And according to the news website, news247.gr, the entourage was actually some 50 people. Among them were at least 2 ministers and the General Secretary of Primary Healthcare and dignitaries from Ikira and the neighbouring islands. Anyway, preparations for this event, it seems, had been ongoing since Thursday. The website also reports and posts an exclusive video showing the Prime Minister and his entourage entering the house accompanied to the sound of Greek folk music. And under the present lockdown restrictions, you must remember, no more than 9 people are allowed to gather in the home, and dozens of Greeks over the time have been fined. I remember some idiot had a party for 42 people. He got fined, what was it? So he got fined €5,000 and everybody at the party got fined €300. Anyway, the picture at the moment is making rounds of social media here in Greece, and there's an outrage among the average Greek in the street who says that the Prime Minister is disrespecting his own rules and also that of the citizens. So there we go, the smack of the elite. We can do this, but you don't do what you do as I say, not what I do, seems to be the order of the day. So it's happening at all echelons. It doesn't matter whether you're living in America, whether you're living in Britain, whether you're living in Greece. All those at the 1%ers at the top of the pile all dictate the rules, and they're the first to break the rules from the looks of it. So it'll be interesting to see if the Prime Minister's office will be in touch. I have had the press secretary for the Prime Minister's office make an approach to me last week. Let's see if he makes any more approaches about, do you want any further clarification on anything? Just let me know. So I'll be waiting your call with great abundance. Anyway, going back to other news that's affecting Greece at the moment, UK's Independent Medicines and Healthcare Regulatory Agency has published a report that confirms the safety of COVID-19 vaccines. But assessing nearly 7 million doses given up on the 24th of January, the agency found that the vast majority of side effects reported were mild, such as a sore arm, fatigue, flu-like illness, which only lasted for a short time, reflecting a normal immune response to the vaccines. Now, the side effects were reported by around 3 people in 3,000 suffered side effects. I do know that some people who've had vaccination who's been tuning in, what's his name, Lyndon in Wales, said that he had a slight pain, and also Tim the King, Elvis, he also said as well that he felt like soreness in the arm when he had the vaccine as well. So again, anybody else has experienced any pain or any side effects from the vaccine? Just let us know. Be curious to see. At the moment, we're all still waiting to be vaccinated here, but I think at the moment, because in the realms of else, Greece is quite a priority for vaccine. When you look at our stats in comparison to other countries, I think we're going to be waiting a little bit longer than most people, although we will want it if you want it for the summer and the season coming on. Anyway, also again, the Greek government confirmed further measures yesterday for Thessaloniki and Halkidiki, and they now join Attica in the red regions. Now, in 3 regions from yesterday, it's 6 o'clock curfew for the next 10 days. Now, only supermarkets and grocery stores, bakeries, petrol stations and pharmacies will be allowed to operate at the weekend, and only between the hours of 7 o'clock up until 5 o'clock, with a traffic ban after. Back. It looks like I'm being shut down. Anyway, as I said, I've lost where I was now. Yeah, in the 3 regions from yesterday, from 6 o'clock there's a ban, like we've got a ban at the moment for the next 10 days, and only supermarkets, grocery stores, bakeries, petrol stations, pharmacies will allow to operate at the weekend, only between the hours of 7 o'clock till 5. And obviously everybody's rushing back to get in their house, and before the curfew comes in at 6 o'clock. Now, during the week, obviously, the click and collect is back in situ again. Shops are not allowed to open unless you're going to collect something after you've ordered it online from their websites. That's always an interesting one. But interestingly, high schools are going to remain closed. Regarding the islands on Santorini, Mykonos, and Eurobia and Ias Nikolaos on Crete. Looks I mean, issues at the moment. I think the gremlins or somebody is cutting me off at the moment, so I restart again. Basically, I've lost it now. I've lost where I was. Okay, I'm not going to hop about that, but at the moment, these regions are in lockdown now, on top with us. Also, as well, Patras is also on a lockdown as well, and the bans of that we're having here, Patras is having the same. Patras is the nearest city to Zakynthos and also Kefalonia, and it's also been discovered that the British variant of the virus has been in the hospital in Patras, and that could be one reason why Patras now has gone into a serious lockdown. I'm not sure what their statistics are for rate of infection in Patras, which would be the reason for that to go down. And also, Patras is supplying us in Kefalonia with food, fuel, etc. And who's to say that it's not coming in through those kind of those kind of entries as well here to the islands. And more testing should be done at the ports of entry. Okay, another interesting story from yesterday. After initially announcing at the weekend that takeaway food in Athens and Thessaloniki was banned, the development minister, Adonis Georgiadis, later yesterday afternoon took that back and decided, yes, you can still have a takeaway. Yes, so you can still have a takeaway despite the lockdown. He said it would cause more confusion by basically not allowing people to have their takeaway. So despite the curfew, you can still order food. It can still be delivered to your house. I know that's been going on here with our curfew, and you can still not have to cook if you don't want to. So that was cleared up. That was a ban that was put in place in Attica. That was withdrawn. Now, I'm not sure about this ban of having 50 people in your house for a party for the Prime Minister, if all those parties are banned at the moment. But we shall wait and see what the outcome and the fallout is of that, Mr. Mitsotakis. Anyway, as somebody said to me this morning, only 7 more years of power from him, and then maybe we might go back to normality. But we'll wait and see if he gets re-elected, because people have short memories, that is for sure. Anyway, finally then, temperatures are much higher than the seasonal average at the moment throughout Greece, and the next 10 days it seems that the temperatures will be going up to about 25 degrees in certain regions. I've got to be honest, yesterday the weather was absolutely glorious here. I'm not sure what it's going to be like. I'll be going through the notes, and obviously my lovely lady, my weather girl, Amanda will tell me what's going on. But anyway, the National Weather Observatory in Athens said that there is a warm front traversing the Mediterranean, which is expected to reach its peak during the weekend and will continue roughly at the same levels until Tuesday, February the 9th. Anyway, the Greek capital had its hottest day, which was on Saturday, with temperatures of 23 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what it was here yesterday, but it certainly was nice here yesterday. Anyway, and normally the temperature would be around about this time, about 19 degrees Celsius to 20. So, yeah, we're enjoying the sun while we can. Right, let's have a quick look and see who's tuning in. I can see we've got people from Kefalonia looking in, which is really nice. Steve Hinkling, Stoke-on-Trent, I'm giving you a wave, fella. Tracy Mitchell is also tuning in as well. Rosewood is watching too. Steve Hinkling says, Gallimera, the weather here looks good so far this morning, although a bit cold. Oh, I'm pleased about that. That's good. That's only Stoke-on-Trent at the moment. Tracy M. Mitchell says, warm morning, other rubbish day in Ilguggen, Cornwall. Oh, bless you. Cornwall's normally like the California of the UK. What's going on there? And obviously, Jean Baker said over in Kefalonia, you have more blue than we have in Kefalonia at the moment. Lindsay Lamb is watching. Paul Green is watching over there in Sillaby. Lyndon is watching in Wales. Nice to have you. Mark Lemon is tuning in, saying, I'm sitting here in snowstorm, so it looks good where you are to me. Laugh out loud. Thanks a lot, Mark. I'm not sure who Mark is. I think he might be a Rapper Edge buddy. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, Paul Green is saying, hi, Ginger. Sunny here in Sillaby, but a cold wind. Well, to be honest, we haven't got much of a wind where we are, which is good. Anyway, we have, but I'm not feeling cold. Anyway, Paul Catterton is watching as well. Nice to see you tuning in. Jean has replied to Paul. Hi, Ginger. Sunny here in Sillaby, but a cold wind. Thank you. Jean Baker is giving me a thumbs up. John Coop is watching. Beverly Kiloney, I think, is watching. Sunny Fledger. Oh, bless. Sunny is from Opus, the rock band, hoping that they might be coming to do a concert here in Zakynthos in summer, if summer gets off the ground. They're doing their final tour before they hang up their guitars and microphones. They've been on the road since 1973. They got a new single out, which I've been playing on my show. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. It slipped through. But most people will know them for Life is Life, and I played that the other day on my show as well, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyway, lovely to have you tuning in, Sonny. We've got a real celebrity tuning in this morning. Also, Stefan Hammer is tuning in as well. He has a place down at Marianisi, but he's over in Austria at the moment. He says, hi in Taverna Marahastara. It's only 14 degrees Celsius. Buh. If you like, look more on Zanticam.gr. That's his Facebook page, Zanticam.gr. I think he shares my news blog there every so often. He pops it over onto there, and that goes out to a lot of German people and people in Austria who tune in that. He says in Austria at the moment it's 6 degrees Celsius. Have a nice Sunday. Well, it's a bit warmer than that here, that is for sure. Anyway, Nico from Obelix Restaurant in Sillaby, he's tuning in as well. Jean and Paul are talking together. Jean Baker says for sure. I wonder what that is a comment about. Anyway, Ellis Jane Hales is watching. Dave Lowry is watching. Rachel Hanson is watching. Dennis Tinstall. Ben Warner from Beats Radio is tuning in as well. Don't forget, I have a show going out on Beats Radio today. Northern Soul Show. 5 p.m. UK time till 7 o'clock. 2 hours of great, fantastic Northern Soul music. Bring back some memories, especially for us all the four. And maybe introduce some of this music to the younger folk as well. So beatsradio.co.uk, tune in there, 5 o'clock UK time, which is 7 o'clock Greek time, till 7 o'clock UK time, 9 o'clock Greek time. 2 hours of great Northern Soul music. Anyway, Ben is watching. I think Ben's saying about it being snowy where he is in Canterbury. My old mate Pat Patel, nice to see you tuning in as well, from from Aylesbury, sorry, over there in Buckinghamshire. I'm not sure what the weather's like over there. Rocky Regan as well, Raffridge buddy, nice to see you tuning in, big fella. I hope all is good in your world at the moment. Also, Jean Baker says, Testing is at ports not as efficient as it has been over previous months. It's nice to see you saying that as well, Gene, because that was one of the things that the local health people were asking here, was more testing at the ports for people coming over. Don't forget, as with Kefalonia, our island relies heavily on stuff being driven over and driven, to us. And obviously that's one of the weaknesses for, infection coming in is through the ports and through the airport as well. We don't have that many daily flights like we have been having, but I think the flights are probably more checked than what the ferry ports are. But really, the ferry ports need to be checked more than probably what they are. So this is the reason why we're seeing this sort of spike of infections at the moment. And also, interestingly as well, we're noticing that the spike of infections is with younger people, children, 10 years of age, etc. We also had the internationally famous case now of the 9-day-old baby also contracting the virus, and still we haven't heard any news about that baby. People have been asking, is the baby okay? Is the baby out of hospital? No, there's been no word about the 9-day-old baby as to what happened to that child. But anyway, yeah, it is a bit of a cause for concern at the moment. But on the other hand, it's also maybe the way that the virus now is going to get into immune systems, and people will learn to fight it with their own natural immune system without having to have the vaccine. But anyway, we shall wait and see, and we'll wait and see what the coming week brings out as well. Anyway, Bob Cave is there saying, good morning, Ginge. Jane Sharp is also watching as well. Mark Tiley is watching from, Rachel Hanson is watching from Nottingham. Mark Tiley, I'm not sure where Mark is from, actually. Billy Hester is watching as well. Nice to see you, Billy. He says, good morning, Ginge. Jan Lawrence is also watching as well. Nice to see you. Aaron Vardy is also watching as well. My ex-Scotland Yard buddy. Nice to see you here, sir, as well. Ashley Duncan is watching too. Steve Hinkland says leak to Buxton Road apparently shut with snow. We did have a few flakes yesterday, so perhaps more is on the way. That's over in Bucket, over there in North Staffordshire. In fact, Jane and I have been on that road going to a wedding in December, and I know how bad that road can be. All right, getting from Leek to Buxton, and then obviously we were going on to Sheffield, so I know what it's like. Anyway, Dave Cramp is here as well. Nice to see you there. He says, hey there, good buddy. Looking beautiful this morning. What, us or you? That's the question. Right. That's it from me for today. I'll be back again tomorrow with more news, keeping my ear to the ground. We're going to see how this Mitsotakis thing and the party will play out, but I'll guarantee there'll be a cursory brush off. Don't forget, Mitsotakis was the man who was also photographed doing selfies with people while taking a walk in the woods a few months ago with no masks on, him and his wife, not social distancing. So we haven't forgotten about that little incident, Mr. Mitsotakis. If you want to get back in next time on election, nobody will probably remember by then, but it's not the first time that you've been caught out. I think of all the flack that a lot of the UK ministers get when they've been breaking the rules, and it shouldn't be, and it should be the same here as well. If you're expecting us to be locked down nearly God knows how many hours a day in our homes, having to check out and book out. If we're caught without a mask on, it's a €300 fine. If we're caught with more than two people, two adults in a car, it's another €300 fine per person. And again, if we're caught out and we haven't booked out, again, another 300 fine. It'd be nice to see you put your hand in your pocket, wouldn't it? And say, yeah, sorry, my mistake, shouldn't have done it. And also, who's your little toady who has a party for the Prime Minister, eh? Oh, I bet you, it's like, yes, Minister, isn't it? Anyway, I won't go there. But anyway, we know the hypocrisy of it all. Anyway, we called you out, Mr. Mitsotakis. Let's see what your response is during the week, and how do you sort of brush this under the carpet? Or do you just carry on as business as normal? One rule for you and another rule for us. But anyway, that's probably like that everywhere over the world at the moment. But anyway, we shall see. Anyway, thank you once again for the support. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are safe wherever you are and you have a nice day. And the weather, if you have snow, don't forget you're not allowed snowball fights, okay? Because snow can spread the virus by having snowball fights, and you can get fined for that as well. I've got to quick say hello to Rossi over there in Australia. Nice having you tuning in. Also, Derek and Bridget Cole over there in Cyprus. Also, Boothie in Huddersfield as well. No chucking snowballs now, Boothie. You know it could spread the virus. All right. So nice to have you. And then Rossi says, God bless you, good buddy. Thank you for that. And Rachel Hanson says, bye and thank you. Yes, that's my cue to go. I will see you. You take care. You have a great day wherever you are and stay good. And just hold your head up high. The Prime Minister's breaking the rules here in Greece, but you probably are following the rules because you know it's the right thing to do. So anyway, that's it from me. I'll catch you later. Be good. Take care. Ta-ra.